Osaka dropped the first set and it looked like an upset alert. This video is brought to you via the Doctrine of Fair Use, the fair dealing, and we're also covered under the Digital Millennium Act. We'll get to Osaka in a minute, but what about Rebecca Shramkova from Slovakia? That's right, guys. She is on an 8-match win streak. Unbelievable. She won Thailand, taking out Laura Sigmund in straight sets. She came through qualifiers, taking out Tamara, Polina Kudermetova, little sister, and Helena. Now she's taking on Ekaterina, but drops the first set. She's in trouble, guys. 8-match win streak in jeopardy. We're going to see if she can come back. Someone else that dropped the first set, Osaka. Yulia Putintseva's had a lot of success against Osaka. She's beat her a couple times in the past, but Osaka has the new coach, Patrick. That's right. He helped Serena win 10 Grand Slams, over 300 wins. How's this relationship going to be? Well, listen, guys, I said in the previous video, Patrick is a salesman. He is going to sell Osaka on mental toughness. That's right, guys. And look at her form. She looks good. She's slimmer. And I said this in the past. The only thing wrong with Osaka is she's not playing enough matches. She's not playing enough matches. She's not in her game form. And it's going to take a lot of matches to do it, a lot of work in the gym. And that's what Patrick does. Patrick is good mentally and physically. I think footwork, that's going to be a big key with Osaka. Patrick talks about this a lot, footwork. And I've said this in the past. Patrick has said the same exact thing that I've said. It doesn't matter how good you are. If you can't get yourself in position to close out and return, it doesn't matter. You're not going to win matches. You're not going to return shots. And that's just the big problem with Osaka. She's not in her game form because she's not playing enough matches. And we saw that in New York, the early exit to Mukova. Mukova literally beat her with short balls, right? And that's the thing here. Osaka's in shape. She looks really good. Yulia had a lot of short balls, a lot of slices, a lot of drop shots, trying to redirect pace, and Osaka rose to the occasion. After dropping the first set, she would come back and win the second set, and it was Yulia that was not ready, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, Osaka in camp, on their feet, excited, a Jordan fist pump, and this is how she wins it, right on the line. The crowd cheered so loud for Osaka. It was beautiful to see, ladies and gentlemen, as Osaka gets the victory. Victory, ladies and gentlemen. She's victorious. She wins. She takes out Yulia Putintseva. How did she do it? Let's take a look, ladies and gentlemen. She had 6 aces, beautiful serving, a couple double faults, but listen, that wouldn't matter. +4 differential. If you take a look at there, Yulia did serve well in terms of her first serve, but Osaka was aggressive, and that's what makes her so darn good. She's so aggressive with the forehand, one of the cleanest, most technical ball strikers there is on tour. In fact, I've said it several times, I think she's the best when it comes to being in form, in shape, forehand, backhand, serve. The technique is just beautiful. Who wouldn't want to coach her? And listen, Osaka recently said she doesn't want to leave the game with any regrets, and she feels she needs to go big. She needs to give her all, and she still has room to learn. That's what she recently said in terms of this relationship with Patrick, and I do think so. I agree. She's still pretty young, but remember, I've talked about this in the past. When you hit 30 years old on the WTA tour, only within the last 15, 20 years, there's only been a few ladies to have even made a Grand Slam final over the age of 30. And Serena Williams is one of those ladies. And yes, she did it with Patrick, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to see if this is the spark plug that Osaka needs to make one last push for slams. Now, I asked the community, do you think Osaka will win a championship in 2025? I think so. She looks good. She's in form. And she's playing solid. Now, Osaka, what's next for her, guys? Listen, it's going to get tough here. She's taking on Ice Vein Katy Volynets, who had a huge win over Marta Kashuk. Now, Osaka would say in the post-match interview, she would say she traveled a long way to be here. And she felt it would be an injustice to herself to not completely give all of her mental focus and fight. And that's exactly what she did. She comes back down a set. She gets the victory. Up next, guys, she's going to take on Katy Volynets. Tennis in a minute. Stay tuned. That's going to be a tough match.